Well, I don't know if I have a secret for big pike fishing besides getting a live scope and casting. The thing I like about pike fishing is that you're fishing for a big fish.
You're chasing an apex predator, the biggest, baddest fish. You're hunting the hunter.
You cast in there and then all of a sudden, boom! Yeah! Grosse touche! It's everything I love, basically.
Exactly.
So today, I'm on my way to meet my friend Chris to do some big pike fishing in Holland. And, well, why is this guy speaking English, you may ask? Let me explain. So I met Chris, I think
about 6-7 years ago.
I received a message through Instagram, the Tinder of fishermen, he would say.
We met up in Wallonia in the south of Belgium to shoot some chub pictures.
An amazing time, I remember.
Some epic pictures.
Now we became one of my best friends.
We've been out together making memories, catches and some content.
But even after reaching mountain peaks, there was still one memory we wanted to capture together.
Dag allemaal.
Salut tout le monde.
See, Chris and I are both part of the Fox Ridge fishing team. And we've been wanting to do a video together for a while.
But the only way for that to happen was to make it happen in English.
So I pitched him the idea, we chose a spot, and then we set out to do this in English. Because, well,
My Dutch sucks.
3 hours of driving and 10,000 rivers later, I was finally there.
C'est beau, hein? Jusqu'à 20 mètres de profondeur.
20?
Ouais.
Ah ouais?
And after the usual last-minute lure selection, that was it. We were ready to go.
So today, I joined Chris after work to fish a big gravel pit. It's a deep spot.
Clear, some plants in there, not full of pike, but
We're here for one bite. We know there's some big pike in there, and the plan is to try to catch one. Bon.
okay. Ready to hit it, first cast.
Yes.
We're gonna throw some big baits, big super slick shad and some pikey colors, because you know the big ones, they just eat the small ones. Let's go.
I'm with you.
I'm just gonna cast all around the spot. First I'm gonna fish my lures a bit shallow, and then I'm gonna do the same cast but let my lure sink a bit to cover a different depth range. Mindset, I think it's very important because I'm fishing for one bite. So you really have to have confidence in what you're doing, spot-wise, lure-wise, tackle-wise. Keep working the water in search of that big fish.
To ease my mind from the pressure of filming and fishing at the same time, I chose to go for my favorite bait of all time.
Jointed, replicant. It's a bait that got me all of my big pike basically, so I have full confidence in that. And when you're fishing for big pike, that's the one thing you need, confidence. Toi t'as pas tellement pêché plus profond alors hein?
Ici non. Ouais, ici j'ai commencé un peu. Je laisse couler genre 5 secondes. A blank's always possible, but I don't care to blank if I'm out for big fish, you know. I like to suffer a bit for a big one. But I'm a bit confident that we could do a nice fish today.
So what did you just do right now?
Yeah, I'm always checking for some followers. Sometimes you got a big fish just slowly moving in.
How would you say it feels when you're pike fishing? Like when you get a bite, or how do you feel like when you cast and you're hoping for that to happen?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice question. Because it's such a big fish, it's almost scary targeting them in some way, especially because you never know when it's going to show up, if it's going to show up. If you're in a spot that looks nice, you get all tensed up. Every cast, you know that rod's going to get ripped out of your hands maybe. So yeah, it's exciting. There's a tension all the time. Oh, suivi, suivi, suivi. Oh! Oh! So I had a follower. But he didn't hit it, so I'm gonna just change the lure and check if this can trigger the pike. I'm gonna hit him with the large slick eel, so let's see if he's gonna take it. It's exciting to get followers, but usually
We both know what happens most times.
yeah, exactly. Not much. But sometimes this works. I mean, I've caught a few fish just changing the menu, and yeah, let's give it a try.
Time passed as we kept casting, with nothing to show for our efforts yet and a video to make. Big pike fishing is hard. We knew that. The fish you're targeting are in large numbers, and that's where fishing truly becomes a mental game, where you have to discipline yourself to not give up. And some days, well, nothing happens. But then when you least expect it...
Oh, ja! Grosse touche! Ouais! Grosse touche! Il est lourd!
Ça va. Prends-le, prends-le, prends-le. Ouais, il est correct, il est pas énorme. It's not a monster, but it's a nice fish though. Big hit on the jointed.
Oh, what happened?
I say this spot looks a bit promising. Cast out the jointed and got the eat.
Nice.
It's not a monster, it's a decent sized fish. It's, check it, it hammered that jointed. Nice. Cool.
Well done, Fieu.
Nice. It's bigger than I thought actually. Well built, healthy fish. Nice. Can't beat the jointed. Woo! I mean, there's not a lot of people who love photography and capturing moments as much as Cédric and I do in fishing. We still get fired up like little kids if we catch a nice fish.
Every time I spend time with him, it's a moment I know I'm going to remember, and then we have good photos. We basically enjoy the same things, and that is quite rare.
And how does it feel like talking to each other in English?
It's a bit weird because we usually always speak French, but to make this a bit more understandable for the audience, we've switched to English.
Purée, il a vraiment...
Ah ouais.
C'est fou, hein? La première personne que je fais avec. C'est bien, hein?
With another nice fish for the books, we kept casting, knowing very well this lake with impressive drop-offs was home to much, much bigger fish.
Yes. Je suis là, Fieu.
Oh! Suivi!
Beau suivi.
So I was getting some drone shots and Chris told me just got a big follower. What happened, Chris?
But I saw it quite late. I always set in my new cast, but he was right next to me.
Ah, dang it.
Nice fish.
Can you say that again?
Can you give me an eel, because I don't want to move and scare away the fish. I think he's just sitting there. Get me an eel, man. Get me an eel. Maybe I'm a bit romantic about this. I love fishing without boats, sonars, whatever, because it's more of a hunter kind of mode. I don't know, I just like waiting and getting that unexpected take. I'm 100% sure it's less effective, but for me, it's how I like to clear my mind. I mean, I spend 8 hours a day behind the desktop computer. Why would I stare at a screen any minute longer after I finish work, right?
This might be one of the few areas where Chris and I disagree a little sometimes. But just like him, I love being on that chase that makes you forget about everything around you, to the point where you even forget to eat or drink. But that day, I wasn't there, to be honest. When I wasn't recording our session, I was constantly thinking about the next shot or angle. But I kept casting, motivated by my friend's presence and the thought of a giant fish lurking into the deep, clear waters. Even if I wasn't there, I knew that the trick is to keep doing what you know works, even though it doesn't seem to work in that moment. Because the only thing it takes is one bite. And the beauty of it all is that you just never know when that's gonna happen.
Poisson! Épuisette.
Ouais.
Il saute pas. Il est grand, hein? Il est grand, hein?
Ah, je pense que pour la vidéo, c'est bien. Hein.
Je pense qu'il est grand, hein?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I got stuck into something. Oh.
Yeah!
Oh, dang, that is a nice fish.
Wow! Yes!
Oh.
Wow, what a fish! What a fish!
Yeah.
Yeah. Big take from the deep. Exactly what we're after.
Yeah, we haven't been fishing for too long, but this is more
Nice,
than what I
healthy
expected.
pike
Yeah.
for Cédric. Well played, mate. Let's get a nice picture and get this lady back.
Beautiful pike on the replicant, a homemade shallow version. A big fish.
Well played, mate. Well played.
On va voir là, tranquille.
1 mètre.
Ok.
C'est 1 mètre
4.
1 mètre 5. Non, plus bas, plus bas. Ouais, c'est bon.
We kept fishing for a little while after that, but with this beautiful fish, a long drive home, and one last question to answer, we were done for the day.
Wow. Super fait, chef.
Purée, vieux.
What is your secret for big pike fishing?
To be honest with you, we've been quite lucky to get such results while shooting a video. What you saw is what happens when everything goes well, when you carefully pick your spots at the right time of the year, use a bait you trust, and are crazy enough to keep casting into what often feels like an empty mass of water. What you didn't see, though, are the countless blanks, the rainy or cold sessions, the pain of losing a big fish or getting your favorite lure into a snag. What you didn't see was the necessary failure that makes days like today even more precious. Just like most things in life, there's no secret to big pike fishing. It's all about faith, discipline, and dedication. To me, though, the real secret is to surround yourself with people as crazy and determined as you need to be until it finally pays off. Because catching a giant pike is always a memorable moment, but it never means as much as when you get to share it with a true friend.
Regarde le bordel, Cédric.